The Education Minister has already said that as a head of the ministry, he takes moral responsibility. Education Minister is not running away from the error or the mistake whoever has committed. He has rather taken it up as a challenge and to fix the problem. First of all, Rahul Gandhi is a person, he is a fitness freak. I like him.
Yeah, that is what you secretly admire.
If you have a quality leader of opposition, it will have a spiral effect on others, because leader of opposition gets the first chance. In those days, the leader of opposition and the prime minister and the senior leaders spar, there's the banters, they are always hitting at each other. If the leader of opposition in the present times do not understand the humor, doesn't have a substance in the debate, cannot make the oratory skills as a part of the speech, definitely the quality of the debates will go down.
A conversation saying, if you say Muslims don't vote for me, I will not work for you. I'm just taking that statement.
Has he practiced it?
Sir, that is a different, but even on a political statement sends out a message, does it not?
See, just election happened, and during election time, garma garam itna hua hai.
So only BJP can make political statement, opposition cannot. Welcome to the Idea Exchange with Kiren Rijiju, Union Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Minority Affairs. Kirenji, this is another issue which is right now we all are looking at is the CBSE, the Education Ministry's issue. We have seen how the youngsters are so upset about it, and there is one party or a grouping or is in the making now, the Cockroach Janata Party, which is all basically actually taking advantage of this increasing or intensifying, disillusionment among the youth. It is like even BJP leaders are saying 24 lakh families are directly affected by one of this issue. So what do you have to say about it? And do you think the government has miserably failed there?
You cannot say that government has failed. There are elements or there are people at their own level committed certain fraud or mistake or lack of application of mind. It can happen. There can be human error. But we should concentrate on how justice is to be provided to the students, those who are sitting in the examination, NEET or CBSE. Whatever is to be done for the interest of the students will have to be done. If you see the series of steps taken in the last few months, you will be very appreciative of the efforts, the genuine efforts being done by the government and the concerned authorities. But still, there are certain incidents which has caused inconvenience to the students. So my request to the opposition parties, if you have suggestion, give the suggestion. Then, if government doesn't listen to your suggestion, you can accuse the government. But don't try to take political mileage out of the students' miseries. There are so many numerous steps taken, from revaluation to reassessment and the portals which are being created. And millions of students have come to those portals and registered and have done the queries and all. So there is active participation from the interested students. But if you see, when the portal was created for verification and revaluation, the denial of service, the effort being attempted, this cyber attack was so relentless and so coordinated. You can easily make out that such a genuine efforts being done by the government are meeting the challenges of these elements. Otherwise, why would millions and millions of coordinated attack has taken place in the portal? Despite that, the security management by the technical team, government has taken the help of the IITs of Madras and other institutions, and they have all come together, and it has really helped. The system, the platform is robust and it is still functioning very well. Whatever has happened, government has taken all the necessary steps to fix it. The primary objective is to make the system transparent and also to ensure that in future any kind of this fraud is prevented by the foolproof system to be in place. So if you see the series of steps taken, I hope you have the copies of those informations or you can go and check it. So the problem is, if we all sit together and ensure that the improvised systems and the reforms taken place are to be put into place for the future and the career of the student, it will be better. If you try to take political mileage or drive or score political points, then you are playing with the life of the students. It is not to be played politics at this moment. It is the time to give full confidence to the students and to ensure that we are together. So all this party you are talking about, Cockroach Party, you know the background and all. Anybody has right to form political parties or create any bodies in this democratic country. Everybody is free. But it is Congress will have to worry because this is another attempt to take the Congress votes. Politically, I don't have anything to offer as a comment, but you know the background. Who are calling this so-called Congress party? They have already eaten up Congress in Punjab and Delhi, and they'll finish Congress only. So Congress has to worry about the political aspects. We are nothing to get into the affairs. My only point is we all must collectively come together and give confidence to the students and ensure that the systems and reforms which are taken place in the recent time are supported by everybody. And also, if there are any improvement required, please come out with the suggestions. This is the time to work together and face the whatever threats from outside we have and then make the system foolproof.
I just wanted one clarification. Who do you hold responsible for what happened there? One, and do you think that somebody has to be held accountable for it from the government side?
See, first of all, at any table or at any level, if a person has committed fraud or error or some deliberate attempt to hijack the system, the actions and whatever to be taken are being done. To build the confidence of the students and the system, the chairman and the secretary of the body both have been shifted. And then all the new whatever proposals to change the system or improve are in place. So nobody is running away from the thing. But to demand the resignation of the education minister itself is political. The education minister has already said that as a head of the ministry, he takes moral responsibility. But then that doesn't mean that you run away. Education minister is not running away from the error or the mistake whoever has committed. He has rather taken it up as a challenge and to fix the problem. So the demand for the resignation of the education minister is politically motivated and it is effort to drive political mileage out of the problems faced by the students. It is our duty to fix the problems and address the issues and help the students. So we have to be very clear. Anybody found to be guilty at any level are being dealt with firmly. So there is no any kind of delay on the part of the government in taking necessary steps.
You were an MP during the UPA time, and we have seen the BJP rushing, demanding resignations of UPA ministers left, right, and center.
There's a
Pawan
difference.
Kumar Bansal ho, Ashwini Kumar ho, and they all resigned also.
There's a difference. If the fraud is committed by the minister or minister's staff, then minister is responsible. If my personal staff commits a mistake, because my private office or my official office, whatever, whoever is attached to me directly, but an autonomous body, and if something problem happens in that autonomous body, then that body is answerable to that. The CBSE is an autonomous body. It is a wing of the government specifically created for a purpose for the students, their exams and other things. A NEET is a system created to conduct the exams. Then there is a NTA, the body is there. These are bodies not directly monitored by the minister day to day. So, in 12 years, since you have asked this question, I must put the record straight. 12 years before, when we were in opposition, every day or every month there is a scams, scandals, corruptions charged against the minister, ministry and all. In last 12 years, there is no direct charge against any minister or minister staff for any taking of bribes, commission or wrongdoing or manipulation of the system to benefit the minister or the minister's staff and the family. When there is a direct link with the minister, then definitely you have to ask the resignation of the concerned minister. So the difference what I want to make is, our ministers don't run away from the responsibility. The Congress time, like the then External Affairs Minister, the charge was against him directly. The first minister to resign during UPA 1 was the External Affairs Minister. So there was a direct charge against him. Then subsequently all those ministers who resigned are charges against the minister and the minister's office. This is not a fraud committed by the Education Minister. So Education Minister is there to fix the problems and he is doing it. So in that case, I would look these two cases which you put into different pedestal.
There is NEET leak, there is CBSE, there was NCERT book issue that was there earlier. So in a matter of 2 or 3 months, there have been two or three institutions within the same ministry. So I mean, somebody has to be held accountable.
I agree to whatever you said and both of you. That is why the steps taken by the minister and the ministry are praiseworthy, because I have gone through the steps taken. If you, for your benefit, if you require, I can send the detail because it's in crisp. I have the information which are very pointed and in crisp collection of the series of steps taken. That is why I look it from two different angles. If minister's weakness or minister's fault is apparent, then minister is responsible directly. But despite minister's good effort, if the mistake or the fraud is committed elsewhere, which is despite minister's effort, but not directly under control by the minister or the ministry, then you have to fix responsibility there. Like head of the department, if an SP commits a mistake, the DG doesn't resign. If the mistake is in the DG's office, then DG will resign. Similarly, in any organization, if the fingers are pointing straight to the chair, then the chair is responsible. But if it's in the subsequent organizations which has substantial autonomy in its functioning, then if suppose minister is directly sitting and setting the question paper and all, then he is responsible. Minister cannot do that. Then you will accuse minister of directly involved in question paper setting and
But sir, as a
transporting.
minister doesn't, anybody, like in any department,
I am not, see,
Yeah.
Liz, you
Please
have to understand, I have stated in the beginning, minister has already said morally, I take the responsibility because it is related to education ministry. He has said that. But then he can't run away. He has to face the challenge and fix the problems. See, you have to understand that point. And this is such a sensitive matter, the setting of question papers and then reaching out to the safe locations. This is not easy thing. And minister not, being there cannot be accused of not being part of it. If minister is organizing this conduct of elections and setting of question papers, then you will accuse the minister of directly involved in such a thing. It should be remained with the autonomous bodies which are created. So let us very carefully bifurcate the differences of what Congress is doing in during their regime and during our time.
But sir, being head of the administrative ministry, so minister is not responsible for what is happening in the autonomous bodies.
I am once again reiterating my stand. Minister himself has come out and said that I take moral responsibility because it had happened in the matter related to education ministry. But then I am very absolutely clear that in such cases, ministers should not run away. Ministers should fix the problem. And that is what Dharmendra Pradhan ji is doing. The problems which happen, and he has taken numerous steps in the past a month, and I'm very confident that the steps taken and the results are also showing it, and it will prevent the future leaks or any deficiency which is there in the past will be fixed in the future.
वेरी नाइस सर, बहुत अच्छा आपने क्लैरिफाई किया अपने दोस्त के बारे में.
मेरा
Now I
दोस्त
have
कलीग
another,
है.
I have another question. It is related to what you were discussing initially, that news should be news and information should be disclosed. Genuine news should be there. So in 2014-15, before that, Manmohan Singh ji launched a 15-point program in the interest of minorities, and in 2014-15, there were 8.71% minorities appointed in all central government jobs. I have this data under RTI. So, what happened in last 11 years? Do you have any information about what percentage of minorities appointed in central government after 14-15 until now?
I will not look from the appointment in few organizations. I will look in totality. Minorities are better in India 12 years after Modi ji has become the Prime Minister. The life, the quality, the overall situation of minority communities have become better because life of every Indian has become better. Basically, it's sabka saath, sabka vikas. Yesterday, we celebrated the Reforms Utsav in the Ministry of Minority Affairs. You should have seen the demonstrations and other improvements which we have received. Those Muslims who have gone to Hajj, other minority communities, they are extremely happy. They are happy with the government and all the benefits they have received. The only thing is the Congress party and the left ecosystem, they keep hammering these slogans of minorities not being safe. So this fear mongering, all these slogans and campaigns have definitely impacted many people, that they think that we have not done enough for the minorities. Prime Minister has made slogan "Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas" means any scheme is for everybody. Your bank accounts or the Jal Jeevan schemes or any schemes is for everybody. So I have asked one question to those who say that minorities are unsafe. If anybody can give me the name of the person, and the Muslims, the Christians, the Buddhists, Jain, Parsi or Sikh, who has left India for the reason of religious persecution, from the past up till now, if anybody has left India because of religious persecution, tell me. Why you are targeting your own nation? It's not a question of targeting the NDA government. You are maligning the character of the nation by saying that Muslims are not safe in India. I have given example, all the Hindus and the Sikhs from Afghanistan, they have all come to India. The Hindus, the Sikhs and the Christians, they have migrated from Pakistan. So many have come to India. Bangladesh, Myanmar, Tibetans or Tamil, the refugees from Sri Lanka, they all come to India for shelter. The Rohingyas are the latest lots. There are so many other countries. Why only India? The Tibetans, when the problem started in 1959, why they have come to India? The Afghanistan, the Sikhs and the Hindus and the Christians, the many Christians from Pakistan and Bangladesh, the Buddhists, why they have come to India only as a first place of destination to seek refugee status. That shows that India is embracing, India is inclusive. It's not only because of BJP. The character of the Indian society as such is embracing. But then we have made it very clear that we will not accept illegal migrants. We will not accept anybody who is creating trouble in our country, not being a genuine India. So we are very clear about it, but in a larger perspective, if you say that minorities are not safe in India, I would say this is the most disservice you are doing to this country. In fact, those minorities who met me over the years, they have said that we are fortunate to be born in India and we are proud Indian citizens. But then there are a set of people who are busy spreading the lies, saying that the Christians and the Sikhs and the Muslims are not safe in India. This is such a malicious campaign. And secondly, about the appointment which you said, deserving people wherever they are, they will be appointed. It is not pick and choose. We don't believe in appeasement of anybody. Our philosophy is simple: justice to all, appeasement to none. And in the Minorities Commission also, we have recently appointed 2 members, the Muslim lady and the Parsi. 2 members are appointed. We are in the process of appointing other 4 members. So there is no any deliberate attempt to bar anybody from getting appointment in any of the bodies. Our approach is universally, everybody is equal, and we will look at everybody as Indian. Central government, every ministry has its own data. In minority affairs, I have the full data. Yesterday, we have displayed all the data. During Congress time, they put slogans. Muslims has the first right over the natural resources of the country. But the conditions of the Muslims were worse. During our time, we have lifted the living standards of many Muslims, means everybody, including the Muslims. So I said yesterday very clearly, because largest audience were naturally the Muslims, because Muslims are more than 80% of the total minority population in the country. So my audience was more than 80% Muslims yesterday's function. So I told them, if Muslims in India were to be one country, it would be 6th largest country in the world. That is the size of Muslims in India. Then we have Parsi population, which is roughly 52 to 53,000 population, which is equivalent to a small colony in Delhi. So that is the range of the minority population. Huge Muslim population to smallest mini, micro, small Parsi community. But everybody is treated equally. And nobody is misusing Parsi. You will never find any Parsi saying that we are not feeling safe in this country, or we are being neglected, or we are being deprived of anything. No Parsi complains it. But why they are raising this matter for the Muslims? Because Muslims form a big chunk of vote bank. So this Congress and this left ecosystem look at the Muslim community as a vote bank. That is why they talk about injustice to the Muslims. But they will never talk about the small size of the Parsis. And we are now launching this and running this successfully, Geo Parsi, so that the Parsi community do not extinct. Similarly, we are doing for the Christians, the Buddhists, the Jains, and the Sikhs. For us, everybody is equal. But I am giving you a perspective, whether it's a Muslim or Parsi, same. So nobody should, ignite that kind of debate that who is more safe or unsafe. Everybody is equal. That is my point.
Manipur is still burning, and today also like 3 Kuki villagers were killed. Why is it so difficult for the government to tackle such a violence that has been going on for 3 years now? Almost 3 years.
No, that is the biggest problem for the people in the mainland, that they thought that Manipur problem started 3 years back. Unfortunately, Manipur has witnessed violent incidents in the past numerous times. In fact, the tragic that conflict happened between Nagas and the Kukis in the past had taken thousands of lives. So any violence is unfortunate, and any violence in any part of the country is unfortunate. In Manipur, there used to be Bankol for months and months. When BJP came to the power, the peace prevailed for 6-7 years, and the valley and the hills were well connected. There was a dialogue, there was a absolute normal development taking place, and peace returned. Then unfortunately the violence erupted due to various reasons. One of the reasons was the High Court passed an order about the ST status to be conferred to the Meitei community, but that is not the only reason. There are various reasons. The mistrust between the Meiteis and Kukis and the Nagas. Unfortunately, the problem happened. So I think we have to, as a country, collectively come together and appeal to abjure violence, give up the arms, and come and sit and negotiate and learn to live with each other. There are very issues. I'm not siding with any group or justifying anything. My only point is, it is not a fight against the central government, or it is not a fight against Indian state. It is unfortunate conflict between the communities. It is not like Kashmir, where there was separatist movement, they want to separate away from India. They're fighting against the Indian state. This is not the case in Manipur. Many people think that it is a fight against the BJP government. It is a conflict between the communities. And of course, it's a large scale conflict. That is why it is very difficult to calm down. When the violence started initially, the Minister of State had gone to Manipur and stayed for 22 days. And then after that, Home Minister went and spent 3 nights in Imphal in Manipur. Then Prime Minister appealed the first line from the Red Fort on 15th August last year. Prime Minister appealed to the people of Manipur, saying that the whole country stands with people of Manipur. No other Prime Minister mentioned about Manipur from the Independence Day speech. Prime Minister began his speech with the appeal to the people of Manipur. Then Prime Minister spoke in the Parliament. Then the Home Minister gave a detailed description about what problem we see in Manipur and what efforts we are being doing. And then Prime Minister went to Imphal and Churachandpur. He went to both sides. And in fact, due to bad weather, Prime Minister went by road up till Churachandpur. So these efforts are being done. My appeal is, if anybody wants to see peace in Manipur, don't play politics. Just provide solace, appeal, and if necessary, contribute in making both the warring faction. Now, of course, Nagas are also involved in some kind of misunderstanding, conflict with the Meiteis. We should ensure that all factions should drop their weapons. Don't take up arms. You are killing each other. We all are Indians. And then come to the negotiation table. Dialogue and discussion is the only way forward to coexist. But the deliberate attempt being made outside, in Tamil Nadu, imagine in Kerala, some people are saying that, oh, BJP government is targeting the Christians. How unfortunate it is. Now the Nagas and the Kukis, both are Christians. How are you blaming the BJP for that? So the problem is the perception in the national mainstream media or the people in the mainstream. They thought that it is a fight against the BJP government. It is not a fight against BJP government. And the problem did not start 3 years back. It has been having unfortunate incident in the past. It is continuation, and we all must support the people of Manipur in whatever possible way, everybody must contribute in restoring peace amongst various ethnic groups in Manipur.
To your party colleagues, as well as just the minister who represents the interests of minorities at a central level, you're also a symbolic figure in that sense. A conversation saying, if you say Muslims don't vote for me, I will not work for you. I'm just taking that statement, but there are several others we can pick up.
Has he practiced it?
Sir, that is a different. But even on a political statement sends out a message, does it not?
See, just election happened, and during election time, garma garam itna hua hai.
So only BJP can make political statement, opposition cannot.
You compared the demographic size of Muslims with Parsis. So on this, you had a heated exchange with Asaduddin Owaisi, who, citing this, accused you of indulging in propaganda to deny Muslims their fundamental rights under Article 30. So what, in your view, is a minority?
See, you cannot have a personal view, especially as a minister. The minority community definition was done during the Congress time. So through notification, 6 communities are identified as minorities. I am still receiving lots of representations from various groups to be declared as minority community. For example, the Baha'i faith group, they have repeatedly requested to be declared as a minority community in the country. Within the larger Hindu fold, there are some groups. They came to me, they said they should be declared as a minority group. It is very subjective, and how you perceive, I don't know, it depends on how you understand the concept of minorities. My understanding is basically this country is Hindu majority nation. Anybody who is not majority or not part of the larger Hindu fold have been declared as minority communities based on their religious affiliations. So 6 communities were identified as minority communities: Muslims, Sikhs, Christians in terms of population. Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jain, Parsis. So these 6 are being declared as minority communities. Now, when I gave the analogy of the population, that was because there was a concerted effort and propaganda by the Congress and certain group that Muslims are insecure, Muslims are being targeted. So in this context, I gave the example that 53,000 Parsis never said that we are unsafe in this country. How can Muslims be unsafe? There may be incidents related to Muslim community or member of Muslim community or individuals. It can happen. As I said, incidents can happen anywhere. Unfortunately, large country also have a proportionally larger incidents because Uttar Pradesh it's equivalent to whole of Europe. So you can imagine the numbers of incidents. So then I gave the example. Parsis have never said that हमको ये हक मिलना चाहिए, मुझे ये नहीं मिला नहीं. They contributed in the social sector, in the industries, in the corporations, in the judiciary, in the different, except politics. Parsis do not have a number, so they can't get elected. So other than politics, Parsis have a huge presence and contribution in all sectors. Politics is all about democracy and numbers, so I can't say about that. So only in the comparative statement I gave that analogy that if Parsis are fully safe and secured in India, there's no reason to say that Muslims are unsafe in this country. And then I gave this example that if Muslims were one country, in Indian Muslims, that would be 6th largest country in the world. That was a pure statistical and very academic kind of a projection I have given to curtail or to contain the malicious campaign being launched by the Congress party and the communists and this ecosystem, because they treat Muslims as vote bank. I said that if you treat any community as vote bank, then you are treating that community as commodity. When you treat a community as a commodity, then you will never understand their sentiment. You will only think in terms of securing the votes. That is why since independence, why majority of the Muslims are uneducated or illiterate or not getting opportunity to study, because there was no effort being done. The Muslims were treated as vote bank by the Congress, and Congress is always telling privately also, Muslim vote तो ऐसे ही मिलना है, बाकी को हम थोड़ा सा बस भाग बाती करके लेना है, Muslim vote तो ऐसे ही मिलेगा. So this attitude is harming the Muslims. That is why the many Muslims are angry that Congress has become Muslim League. In Assam, 19 MLAs, 18 are Muslims, and one is a Hindu, that too from a Muslim constituency, because it's a reserved seat. A Muslim cannot contest. It's a reserved seat. The scheduled caste has to contest. A Hindu has to contest. That is why one Hindu MLA. Where is Congress heading to?
Kiranji, all the questions you are pointing to Congress.
You are generating all
One
these
minute.
opportunities.
Hari,
They are asking
Hari.
questions.
Sir, your government proposed to increase seats of Lok Sabha from 543 to 816, roughly 272 seats increase. So, can you give us an idea what kind of financial burden it will have on the government? And if the same proportionate increase is being undertaken, say, across the states in their assemblies, then how many? Because you are the parliamentary affairs minister of the country, and you must have been interacting with the state parliamentary departments and their presiding officers. So how much states would require to expand their existing assemblies? So this entire exercise of proposing higher number of seats in Lok Sabha as well as in assemblies, how much will it cost to the nation, and why do you feel that the people who are already burdened with the high inflation, high cost of living, and several states who are closing down schools, showing that their revenue deficit is increasing, they don't have money to pay salaries, why should they be burdened with this extra expenditure? And second, sir, if you are really genuinely feel, and your government genuinely feel that women should be given reservation, what is stopping you to give them reservation with the present number of seats and the present strength of the houses?
No problem. You have made a very valid question. First of all, I have already done the homework. All the state assemblies, many state assemblies, in fact, majority of the assemblies, the MLAs get more salary than the MPs. And the MP lad also, the MLA lad is much more than the MP lads. The pensions in majority of the states, the pensions of the MLAs are more than the pensions of the MPs. So, in all probability, I think 80% of the states and union territories have more salary for the MLAs than the MPs. I have done the homework. The burden which will come to state exchequer on the payment and other facilities of the elected members won't be that much, because India is a big country with big economy size. So that is not the real thing. The real thing is how to give better representation in assemblies and the Lok Sabha. So in Lok Sabha, when the new parliament building was built, the provisions inside the Lok Sabha was already been made. There are more than 900 seats. So the seats, the bench is not being installed, but the space is already created. In fact, the existing seats also have enough space to accommodate 850 MPs. You don't have to construct new parliament house. It is already there in the existing parliament house, Lok Sabha. We can adjust. On the facilities to be given to the members, I don't think India as a growing country will have difficulties in carrying this responsibility or the burden. Assemblies, of course, smaller states will have larger burden, but bigger states don't have much matter, because it will cost few crores in terms of salaries, because salary is like we are drawing only 1 lakh salary. Even ministers, I draw salary as an MP. I don't get salary as a minister. So there's no much burden on that. And then about the total representation, why it is necessary, I gave you partly answer to that. In place like Uttar Pradesh, the MLA represents nearly 4 lakhs people, which is equivalent to 20 MPs in Europe. Do you think it is feasible that an MLA can meet 4 lakh people or an MP can meet 26 lakhs people? Unthinkable for any other democratic society. Please be rational in thinking that. We are talking about parliamentary democracy, where people govern themselves through their elected representatives. If the elected representative is unable to cover the entire area or meet the people, it is a deficiency which must be taken care of. It is impossible for any member of parliament to take care of 40 lakhs or to meet 40 lakhs people in 5 years' time. Rather, the 816 we propose is lowest conservative estimate you can come about with. Had it been other countries, it would have been around 10,000 MPs. If you compare with Europe, we should have 50,000 MPs. If you count in a European standard. China, which is not purely a democratic and parliamentary democracy, but their National People's Congress, which is their parliament, has around 2,800 MPs. So 2,800 MPs, including special invitees, they have around 3,000. We have 543. Britain has 600 MPs. England, UK has 600 plus MPs. And India 543. Still you question that, why are you increasing the number? Per capita income is not more important than people's voice and the principles of democracy, where representation has to be proportionate to the requirement. So, I mean, the flawed argument which keeps coming is difficult to actually answer and respond, because a country of 140 crore plus and 543 MPs, still you're questioning that why are increasing. In fact, if you are concerned about democracy, then you should be questioning why only 850. Will it take care of the requirement? That should be the question actually. Rahul Gandhi is?
You secretly admire.
I admire.
And the second question is, what is your thought on Cockroach Janata Party? And tomorrow there's a protest from their end, and faces like Sonam Wangchuk is going to join.
See, there is a style adopted by a certain group in India. They create one person as hero and let him speak for them. It is a old tactics. It will not succeed in India. The Congress party is doing that, but Congress party has already paid the price of it. First of all, Rahul Gandhi is a person who is extremely very cautious of his fitness. He is a fitness freak. So I like him.
Yeah, that
for
is
being
what you
fit.
secretly admire.
No, we have exchanged our opinions, and he also admires my routine fitness regime, because Prime Minister Modi ji has launched Fit India movement, and Rahul Gandhi is doing good to maintain fitness. The Cockroach Janata Party is, as I said, anybody can create political parties freely, anytime, anywhere. But don't undermine and ridicule Indian democracy. There is a very important thing which everybody has to keep in mind. You can't commit any kind of a fraud on our democracy by fooling or by making fun of the available system. If you want to make serious political party, everybody is welcome. You can name Cockroach Party anything. We have nothing to do with it. It's people's freedom. But don't ridicule the Indian democracy. That is somebody has to keep in mind. But whatever these people are doing, yeah, they will only pose challenge to Congress party. Congress has to worry, that's all.
People are listening to the BJP, not the Congress, which is what successive electoral verdicts are telling us, then why is the Congress left ecosystem so powerful for you?
They are powerful because they are powerful in paper and social media. We are countering them only.
But opposition has a space in the democracy, no?
That's what I'm saying. If they are rejected by the people, how are we to be blamed for that?
The functioning of parliament, if we see in the last many years, we've seen though productivity is high, the reports that we get from the speaker's office, but the number of bills that go to committees or the number of bills that are passed in a short duration, that is really increasing.
You're
Is
right.
this a cause of concern, and how would you address this?
You are right in certain aspects. The numbers of bills passed in last few years, of course the numbers are not less, but the amount of time given for discussion is less, because from the beginning the Congress party jumps to the well of the house and starts creating, Prime Minister chor hai, chor hai, chor hai. They keep shouting slogan. Unfortunately, because I've been in parliament for such a long time, you all must have seen. Those days, our preference was, how should I get chance to speak on the floor of the house so that my voice will be heard? Today, the Congress MPs have made the impression that their role is sloganeering and shouting outside the house. Because in the parliament, it was a collective decision, not our time, it was during Congress time. The collective decision was that question hour should not be disturbed. The moment I reached parliament in the morning, already 12, 13 Congress motions would have already submitted to the speaker's chamber saying that the question hour should be suspended today. Already decision has been taken during Congress time, even during Somnath Chatterjee's speakership also. It was decided that come what may, question hour should not be disturbed. Rest your issues, 0 hour is there. No? Suppose if Congress has to make a point, 0 hour is open for them. That is the time from 12 to 1 hour, you can speak anything. But they have to create headlines. That is why at the 11 a.m. only, they will start coming with the big placards and jumping in the well of the house. Right in front of us, in front of Prime Minister, they start shouting a slogan from the beginning. In this kind of situation, it is difficult to generate the quality debates and discussion. Now, don't think that I don't like Rahul Gandhi, but I am saying very, very categorically and with much thoughts. If you have a quality leader of opposition, it will have a spiral effect on others, because leader of opposition gets the first chance. In those days, the leader of opposition and the prime minister and the senior leaders spar. There's a banters. They are always, hitting at each other. Now, if the leader of opposition in the present time do not understand the humor, doesn't have a substance in the debate, cannot make the oratory skills as a part of the speech, definitely the quality of the debates will go down. I have seen when I was sitting in the back, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was speaking, the Chandrasekhar makes thing, from the Congress side also, there used to be very good speaker, and it used to be fun. I feel sorry for today's young members of parliament. They do not get to see what we used to see in the past. That is primarily because the leader of opposition doesn't have it takes to become a great parliamentarian.
No, so bills that are not being referred to committee.
How will we refer to the committee if discussion is not allowed? First of all, you have to allow debates and discussion. Then during that time, if necessary, you send or refer the bills to the Parliamentary Standing Committee or JPC or wherever it is necessary. First of all, it has to be decided by the House. One day you come to the House in the monsoon session, you see the behavior. You will be so irritated. People come to the Parliament House to see the proceedings. And the poor, our visitor gallery, they are sitting there. The moment House resumes, it is adjourned. The MPs have come with the placards. It's such a diminishing attitude. If I were not Parliamentary Affairs Minister, I would have stated many things. It is so annoying at times. The moment House resumes, they come with this very vulgar slogan written on the placards, and they come with a thali, bartan and all. It is such a shameful. It's very sad. Yeah, the last time they came with thali, bartan and tong, the heating. No, they were thrown out. Then they went outside. They came inside the house. Then they were thrown out. Very, very sad.
So my name is Shalini. One observation that you said that how they hold the placards in front of the Prime Minister. But the Prime Minister is rarely there in the house.
Very true. I always am there in the house. She's right.
See, our Prime Minister, not that I am his cabinet colleague, so I am saying this. Generally, anybody will say that. Prime Minister is very particular in all the procedures, the rules which are there in the house, and he will always ask me, what time I have to be present today? कितने से कितना तक मुझे हाउस में रहना है, राज्यसभा कब जाना है, लोकसभा जाना. I only inform him and guide him.
तो आप बहुत कम बोलते होंगे उनको आने के लिए.
आप लोग इसको
He is responsible.
आप लोग समझ में नहीं आएंगे ये चीज, क्योंकि if you call a meeting in the presence of Prime Minister, if you have to shout, Prime Minister क्या करेंगे जाकर? Every day if there's a question related to the PMO, tell me any single day which is Prime Minister's question day and Prime Minister's not present. Any important dates and discussion. You show me one date, you point out and come to me tomorrow. You go from the record.
He was not even
Reply
there
is
for voting.
another thing. There's a MOS in the parliament. I also don't reply. My MOS replies. We have made it a point that the junior minister will reply all the questions to make them understand their parliament. Because cabinet minister is taking all the decision and the minister of state is part of the team. So we give chance to them. My question also, my minister of states, they all answer whether minority or parliamentary affairs. So don't go by that. You're talking about the presence of the Prime Minister. Beginning of the House, the national anthem, ending of the House with the Vande Mataram, any important debates, discussion, Prime Minister is always there. That is why I was wondering, our Prime Minister is so particular about his presence in the House. Why there is a selective campaign that Prime Minister is absent in the House? Prime Minister cannot sit in the House throughout. He has to run the affairs of the government. Even the ministers also, we go by roster. Every time there is only 3 cabinet ministers in the House. That is the roster. There's a system in place. And I decide which minister should be present on which date in which house, which time. These are all decided by the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. Prime Minister's absence and presence are also being decided. Don't attribute it to the Honorable Prime Minister. Prime Minister do not have to sit all the day in the Parliament House. No Prime Minister sits in the House whole day. Prime Minister sits in the House when it is necessary for Prime Minister's presence. But if Prime Minister's presence is taken as advantage to create drama and come in front of the Prime Minister, they put up big portrayal of these placards and all. This is unbecoming. You are right in putting this question, but thing is, you are unfortunately influenced by this campaign ecosystem.
DMK has separated or is not going to sit separately from the Congress, and TMC is weakened, and Liz has also written in her story. I don't know. How do you think that the functioning of Parliament is going to change? Do you expect, and the bills that you are going to bring again?
Whichever party may support government, opposition, this is another thing. My only interest is Parliament should function smoothly. As a Parliamentary Affairs Minister, it is my duty to give the business of the House. And when the business is put in place, the House should function. That is my interest. When DMK parliamentary team came to me and said they don't want to sit with the Congress party because Congress party has betrayed them, and They don't want to see themselves sitting with the Congress party in future. Then I told them that I will put this proposal to the chair, both the chairman and the Lok Sabha speaker. We will decide which party will sit where, and then, of course, the will of the political parties are to be taken. But important comment I want to make. The main point DMK doesn't want to sit with the Congress party is they say Congress is opportunist and they betrayed them. Congress party has betrayed them. The 9 seats, Lok Sabha seats and MLAs Congress won is because of DMK's support. And after getting the support, when the government changed in the Tamil Nadu, they suddenly jumped the ship. My point is, we have maintained the ethics of politics. Congress never maintained the ethics in politics. Why? In Atalji's time also, we had NDA government. Now also, we have NDA government. Now, what I'm going to say is important. Please remember. Very important point I'm going to make this remark. In 2004, Congress had 145 MPs. BJP had 138 MPs. There were difference of only 7 MPs. But the moment the UPA came to power, Congress became so arrogant that during the budget presentation by P. Chidambaram, the left leaders, Basudev Acharya and Guru Das Das Gupta, raised the objection saying that your government is surviving on the left support, which had 62 MPs that time, the strongest ever left contingent in the parliament. The Congress leaders stood up and shouted down the left people and saying that you may do whatever you want, you may say whatever you say, government has all the right to take its own decision. They do not care. Then the nuclear deal happened. They said, go to hell. We don't care. We'll manage the numbers by our tricks. You can leave the government. They humiliated the left and they purchased the cash for votes. They purchased the MPs and they were deficient by 21 and they won by 19 votes. Then 2009, Congress got 206.
7.
No, 6. And then they were all over the moon. They didn't care anybody. And the minister Rahul Gandhi torn down the papers passed by the cabinet. They don't care. They don't respect the alliance. In the contrary, 2014, BJP on its own 284, NDA government was constituted. The TDP minister, Shiv Sena minister, Akali Dal minister, all allies were part of the government. 2019, BJP was 303, same, all the allies were part of the government. The NDA, as Prime Minister rightly described, is an organic political group which is not there only for power but to do good for the country. And 2024, again the NDA as a leader, Prime Minister secured majority as NDA. The NDA government continued. How much BJP won? That was never the issue. But the NDA always continued. Imagine the Congress had 145 and they were so arrogant. Imagine if Congress had won 303. They would not even talk to you. Congress leader will not give any attention to the journalists. They are so arrogant people. We are always same wherever we are. We struggled. I was in opposition party for 25 years. I became minister only in 2014. BJP is always there on the ground. And we are same whether we are in government or we are in opposition. You cannot catch the Congress ministers if they are in power. The Congress people are so drawn in the power and they think that the Prime Minister post is a birthright for the family members of Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi. Today also if you ask any congressman, they'll say, Sonia ji, Rajiv ji, Priyanka ji. On what basis? Just because they belong to one family, that's all. We have come to government because of our dedication, devotion, our commitment and our work on the ground. Today, Prime Minister Modi ji commands respect because of his performance, not because he was born to a particular family. People of the country will have to understand it. This malicious narrative campaign will do no good to the country. Country cannot be subservient to one family. We have to be very clear about it.
So, NDA government is entering 13th year. So, please tell us, when it comes to the governance, what are your real worries? What is that you think that you have not been able to achieve? And, when it comes to this, youth aspirations and also economy, even your own people who, like Surjit Bhalla has written in Indian Express, they are criticizing the economic policy. So, what are those things which are worrying you now in this?
Right now, the West Asia crisis is unfortunately not created by us. It is a geopolitical issue, and it is a reality that 80% of our oil and gas comes from Strait of Hormuz. Prime Minister has already made the statement in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha that we have diversified our energy sources. We are doing all possible steps to go towards transition towards the green energy, clean energy. We will have to be less dependent on the oil imports and gas. All steps have been taken, but still, unfortunately, it is a God's act that not enough oil and gas are found in India. So because of the West Asia crisis, government has to bear the burden. The reduction of 10 rupees excise duty has cost us more than 1 lakh crore, you can imagine. 1 lakh crore for a country like India. How much welfare schemes, infrastructure would have been built. So just to take off the burden from the common people, government took the burden and we reduced 10% of excise duty on both diesel and petrol. In the neighboring countries, even in Australia, the increase is more than 40%. In China, 29% increase in the fuel price. In the neighboring countries, Pakistan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, the increase in the fuel price is more than 30%, 40% across the globe. India is the only country, the increase is just around 5%. Despite that, opposition party is making all the hues and cries. Rather, in this kind of crisis, everybody should come and support the government. It has been the tradition that if there are a crisis, external or internal, at the time of crisis, everybody comes with the government. This is a war situation in West Asia. It is a crisis. This is a time everybody has to come together. If anything is a failure because of government's action, then attack the government. This is a crisis, nothing to do with government of India's action. It is a problem in West Asia, main source of energy. Despite that, our fuel increase is only nearly 5%. Rest of the countries across the globe has increased more than 30%, 40%. Some of the countries have increased the fuel price by more than 100%. Can you believe it? Despite that, Prime Minister Modi ji has been successful in maintaining our economy, prudent financial management, fiscal management, and then put minimum burden on the common people. Rather than supporting the government's effort, you are criticizing the government. Very unfortunate. I've never seen such irresponsible opposition parties in my lifetime.
So, what about the youth aspirations and this increasing, whatever we are seeing, this disenchantment among the youth?
The youth aspiration has gone up. The youth of India are more aware of their need, their rights, and they are more educated because of the social media, digitalization, everything, opportunities are coming. So we will have to ensure that opportunities are there. We get the youth participation in the growth of the country. I think the challenges today is, number one, the youth must be aware that along with your rights and your role as a citizen, you have an obligation and duty also towards the country. It always is parallel. In USA and in Europe and Japan, those days when there was no democracy, and to some extent democracy in the sake of saying it, USA got the rights of the blacks for the voting rights only in late 60s. In UK also, the voting rights for the women and the colored people were only in 1960s. By that time, they were already rich. So they did not give democratic rights to the people till they were rich. Even when they were superpower rich, the democratic rights were not given. Today in India, everybody is equal. So India's challenge is much more different than their situations. So when John F. Kennedy made the historic speech in 1960, that ask not what country has given you, ask what you will give to the country. That actually galvanized in a way to the people of United States. Today we are here to serve the nation, but we also seek the participation of the youth. So it's both sides. But youth are today the biggest assets of our country.
Thank you very much, sir, for answering all the questions we asked.
Thank you. Thank you very much.